Welcome back, folks. It is 5:15 on this terrific Tuesday morning. I'm Josephine Sage. Let's jump into the forecast for today. If we take a look at America's Mattress Live Tower Cam, still dark outside, but our sunrise is coming earlier and earlier as we get into 2023. We're just short of 2 months away from our sunset being around 7:30 p.m. as our days are getting longer. And also throughout today, folks, we are going to have those storms that were more focused along those southern areas in Colorado move on down to those areas like Arizona, New Mexico, and even Texas to bring that unsettled weather there. We've got a calm week anticipated for the western slope as well as for most of Colorado, and we're still going to be sticking around with these seasonally average temperatures with a slow warming trend as we get closer and closer to our weekend. Our current temperatures, we're feeling 24 degrees in Grand Junction, 19 in Montrose. Further east of us, we are looking to be a little bit on the cooler side of things, down in those teens, and even a crisp little -5 in Gunnison, and a little bit more nationally. We do have some cooler temperatures closer to Denver, and as this storm kind of moves on through New Mexico, through the Panhandle, we're looking to be in those upper 20s, those 30s, as that storm continues to follow that flow all the way towards the Great Lakes. Getting into our almanacs today, we're looking at a high of 35 instead of our typical 39, and on the low end, we're looking at 23 instead of our typical 18. So, like I said, we are going to have that warming trend to continue to edge closer and closer to that high of 39 that we're usually experiencing around this time of year. Our overall setup is going to show us that this morning, upper level low is going to increase as the snow moves along the southern plains, leaving just a little bit of accumulation down in those states that are typically warmer around this time of year. The afternoon, it's going to continue to get closer and closer to those Great Lakes, to get closer to that east coast, and in those nighttime hours is where it's going to kind of exit, getting closer to that northeastern corner and again those Great Lakes. Getting into our snow potential though, folks, we've got just a little bit of that residual snow hanging around that central Colorado area where we're going to experience essentially less than 2 inches of accumulation along those central mountains, along those northern mountains, and as it's exiting the southern mountains, the San Juans, those higher elevation areas, that accumulation is still going to stay down in those low single digits. But where all this dark blue area is where we're going to get those double-digit snow accumulations with this storm. For us here on the western slope, we are looking to have just a little bit of accumulation still sticking around with us. Where these white areas are, even turning into that light purple, is where we're experiencing upwards of 30-40 inches of accumulation, mostly around those ski resort areas. And I do want to get into our state radar. We're looking to have clear skies, maybe a little bit of some overcast weather moving on in throughout the day, but mostly blue skies. But a look ahead, folks, for the next 3 days, strong storm system moving into the central U.S. We've got another round of some possible unsettled weather moving on in from that north area, from that Wyoming area into the eastern U.S., and another system moving into the upper Midwest as well. But for the rest of our week, we're going to have that slow warming trend, ending us up closer to the weekend with those upper 30s and those sunny skies.